All right, this is the next episode of True Wrestling Fan Discussion, continuing our Clash of the Champions review series. This is going to be WCW Clash of the Champions 33. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Frank, and I wish I could say that this clash was going to be entertaining, but it's just the same main event, different year, nothing changes, except
Well,
that now we've got the NWO.
yeah, Hogan's a heel now, at least.
Not according to his match. I mean, if you watch the match with him and Flair, he
Well,
does stuff that he's not supposed to be doing.
I mean, he
I
stops it
mean,
after this, yeah. I mean, they're both heels, both of them. So,
pretty much at this point. I mean, more Hogan than Flair, but yeah, you're right.
mhm.
They're still both heels. But August 15th, 1996, from Denver, Colorado, Tony Schiavone, Bobby the Brain Heenan on commentary. Before the night even began, they showed last Monday on Nitro. Horseman came out to help Sting and Luger against Hall and Nash. Of course, Nick Patrick possibly helped Scott Hall in that match. This was around the time where they're wondering if he's going to be the NWO referee, which is a no-brainer. Anybody that's seen him referee a match knows that. But in any event, let's get on to the opening match. It was for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. Rey Mysterio defending against Dean Malenko. And believe me, you're not going wrong with these two at all. Mike Tenay joining the commentary team for the Cruiserweights here. Always love listening to Tenay, man. His knowledge of Mexico and Japan was just amazing.
You know
And
what was going on.
when he went to TNA after WCW had shut down, he was still even good on doing the regular commentary there. Now this match did not disappoint whatsoever. The high flying action that these two guys did, Rey Mysterio on the outside, moonsault off of the guardrail, Malenko with his gut buster off the top rope. The fans gave him a standing ovation. It was a perfect 10 out of 10 how he nailed it
Executed
without
it.
hurting Mysterio, which is something that's very hard to do. Now, right after Malenko did that, he went for the pin. Mysterio put his leg on the rope. The referee counted to three. Bell rang, but then he saw Mysterio's leg on the rope. Told Malenko the match had to continue, which I don't think that should have happened, but I think they messed it up, possibly. Mysterio with a forward roll and got the pin and retains the Cruiserweight Championship. So they had to fix their botch by doing this, and all the fans by this point were now just pissed because they thought they saw a new champion. I don't know. It's WCW, man. What are you gonna do? Following that, they had a vignette for Glacier, like we really needed another one of those. You know, the whole Mortal Kombat thing they've got coming.
Sub-Zero.
I never like. I looked at him on his debut on Nitro, and I took one look at somebody, and I said, "This guy's not going to amount to anything." I mean, if you
I
can't
didn't,
see it, you can't see a WCW title on the man.
I don't know. I didn't mind. I didn't mind him.
Just the whole,
I know the
like
gimmick and
okay, like Ahmed Johnson was to the Nation, Glacier was to Wrath and Mortis
more, yeah.
because that killed him. That constant
Mhm.
rivalry just killed him. Any event, next match on the card was Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus VK Wall Street. Like we needed this one. It was a short match. Duggan twirling, the tape because he's got a taped fist match coming up. Uh, as he's doing
Yeah,
it, the
that
referee
ending.
gets.
So
What's
silly.
that?
The ending of that match was so
Oh,
silly.
this was ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's twirling the tape. The referee gets caught in it.
Yeah.
In the process, Wall Street kind of he pulls Duggan down, hooks the tights. The referee falls over with
Right,
them,
falls over and starts counting.
and VK Wall Street gets the
Right,
victory. You can't make this stuff up,
yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's just WCW where the big boys plunder. In any event, following that, now Mean Gene Okerlund had interviewed the Nasty Boys. They are adamant they want a title shot. They don't care who they got to go through. They want the belts back. Can't say I blame them either. And our next match on the card was Conan, a new attitude Conan at this point, versus the Ultimo Dragon.
I always like Ultimate Dragon.
I did too. By the time he got to WWE, though, I think it was past his prime. Yeah,
He had a lot of injuries, yeah.
we saw him at WrestleMania 20. That was about it. But yeah, he had a lot of injuries, a lot of years on the circuit doing what he did. Man, it took its toll. But yeah, he was a very good wrestler. I think I enjoyed him more once he got rid of Sonny Ono.
Hmm.
Once he got rid of Sonny Ono, he did more, in my opinion. I think his career went on in
Right.
WCW better. But in any event, Mike Tenay did join the commentary team again for this match. Uh, didn't take long for Sonny Ono to get involved in this. You know, he gives two vicious kicks to Conan. Conan tries to get him. Ultimo Dragon attacking him from behind.
Damn it.
Yeah. Now Dragon with a German suplex, then flipped over Conan, and then however that transpires, Conan grabbed it and reversed it, holds the tights, and gets the victory. Now this is where I had mentioned that Conan's new attitude, because ever since he lost the U.S. title, he's on the warpath, and he's now going towards that heel persona. After the match, he kicked Ultimo Dragon, just for shits and giggles, pretty much. And that's when Mike Tenay had mentioned was, well, he's had a whole different attitude since he lost the U.S. title. Yeah, he's pissed and he wants it back. Plus, he was actually better as a heel anyway, in my opinion. Now, following that segment, like we needed to see this one. Ice Train in the back on the CompuServe thing that they were doing in the back. He talked to the fans. Scott Norton gave him a butt whooping.
Damn it! I always liked Fire and Ice too.
Former tag team.
Yeah, I like them.
For the cup of coffee they were together, huh?
Yeah. No, I did. I don't know why. I just I dug that tag team.
Fire and Ice or State Patrol? Go.
No, Fire and Ice.
Okay, just checking. Yeah, it wasn't bad, but this was at the time where they would put a lot of tag teams together, and to them it was if you didn't perform to their expectation on that first match, they just get rid of you, unfortunately. And they probably could have been a good decent tag team to go against the Steiners, the Outsiders, Nasty Boys, all these guys. But unfortunately, his former tag team partner attacking him, and Ice Train is already injured due to the attack from the Giant. So Ice Train's not having a good week. Now, next was supposed to be Macho Man Randy Savage versus me.
Those was like 9 matches on this card, I think, right?
Yes. Yeah, it was supposed to be 9, with the longest one being the tag team title match.
Yeah, I know, which is crazy for like that short amount of time, because it's only like an hour and a half, like minus the commercials.
Yeah,
like, without the commercials, I think it's like an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Even the next one, I believe they had 9 matches, but they were all pretty short with one long one. But yeah, they were trying. I guess that at this point they're trying to get the most exposure they can in the littlest amount of time.
Right.
Plus, this is around the time that they were deciding should we continue through past 97 doing the clashes.
Right.
Bischoff was thinking, phasing it out.
Phasing for more pay-per-views.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, Savage never came out. Excuse me. Mean Gene Okerlund comes to the ring naturally. Says due to the injury Savage suffered on Nitro, he is not there. Ming wins by forfeit. And that's due to Hollywood Hogan's chair shot on Randy Savage.
Damn it.
And of course, Mean Gene Okerlund is talking some shit about Hogan in this segment, because following that, he interviewed the Dungeon of Doom, Sullivan, Morris, Ming, and Barbarian. And Dungeon
is still. This is like the end of the Dungeon. The Dungeon is on his last legs. I like how I think Sullivan said that they were the last stand against the NWO or something like that. Like they're the last stand. It's not the Four Horsemen against the NWO. So I said, listen, if the Dungeon of Doom is the last stand, WCW has no chance.
Not to mention, Dungeon of Doom was around pretty much through 98 into the beginning of 99. So
did they last that long?
Yeah. It was like individuals.
No, I'm talking about as a group. This is like the end of it.
Yeah, Jimmy Hart came out with a few, because remember, Ming and Barbarian was still there. They suffered a couple of injuries during the time, but they were still there. Hugh Morris was still part of it. Right. And they still came out with the Dungeon theme with Jimmy Hart. I mean, they were there, but they weren't.
Right. No, but what I'm saying is that he was saying like they were the ones that were gonna put up a fight against the NWO, and I'm like, nope. Sullivan
couldn't do it when Hogan was Real American. Come on, get out of here with this. If the Horsemen can't do it, they're done. It's NWO for life, and that's it. They took it over. Next match on the card was Medusa versus Bull Nakano. She left WWE.
Here we go again.
Face the same people.
I mean, she didn't even have a choice, though.
No.
That's what it is.
Now, what's funny during this match is another referee mess up. Nakano uses the nunchucks twice on Medusa. The referee, dealing with Sonny Ono, kind of looks over.
Turns to Michelangelo.
Yeah. And he sees it, but he can't call it. He immediately whips his head back around to deal with Sonny Ono while she's beating the crap out of her with the nunchucks. Now, what's funny is Sonny Ono, obviously he's going to get involved in the match, and he does. He's on the apron. He goes to kick Medusa, instead kicks Nakano, and Medusa rolls her up and gets the victory. And of course, Sonny Ono is worried about his meal ticket because by this point, and Bull Nakano being your meal ticket, there's something wrong there. Medusa rolls her up and gets the victory, and we see her like once every 6 months.
Yeah.
When they bring in the next woman, then
she never even gets the title. She never even wins the women's title in WCW. That's crazy, right?
They barely had a women's division.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just I don't know, man.
Uh-huh.
Then eventually she goes to valet for Evan Courageous at one point.
Well, I think I had checked out already at that point.
Everybody checked out by that point. Following that interesting match, Mean Gene Okerlund was interviewing Ric Flair, Woman, and Elizabeth. He's still styling and profiling. He'll be in the main event later on. Our next match, I actually enjoyed this one. It was Eddie Guerrero versus Diamond Dallas Page for the Battle Bowl ring. That never transpired into anything.
No.
Because now the object of the Battle Bowl ring is you're the number one contender for the title.
Right.
Eddie Guerrero doesn't get it. Page never got it at that point. So unfortunately, there's no number one contendership. Now, Page put Guerrero on the top rope during this match. What's up?
No, I'm saying it's cool to look back and watch this and see how Page goes on to become a champion. Eddie has to wait to get to WWE, but he eventually becomes a champion. And here they are. They're just mid-carders, but you can see the talent. You can see that it's there,
I really enjoyed when DDP finally got into the ring in, I guess you could say it started fully in 96.
Right, 96 into 97. Oh, no, yeah.
Oh, 97 was his best year, in my opinion.
He took off.
Randy Savage feud, best of all time. That made him to catapult him, unfortunately, into the dark days of WCW to be on top of the organization. But yeah, he had the talent. Imagine if he just started 10 years prior.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing. And then, of course, him and Guerrero put on a great match. Now, when he got him on the top rope, Guerrero with a headbutt, knocked him down, got the frog splash and the victory. He gets the Battle Bowl ring, but he won the battle but didn't win the war because following that, Page offers to shake his hand and proceeds to execute a diamond cutter on Guerrero.
Because he's still a heel.
Yep. And then he throws out the referee. Another diamond cutter. Here comes Chavo Guerrero like he's going to do anything.
This is before the horse. Before Pepe? Was Pepe
the
horse?
This is Pepe. This is way before Pepe.
Yeah.
Page pushes Chavo away, puts Guerrero on the top rope, gives him a super diamond cutter, and then leaves the ring.
Christ.
I know. I love that diamond cutter, man. He did. That was awesome. That was truly awesome. And I did read that he said he's got a few diamond cutters left in him, but he doesn't want to do a match. No, well, if you don't want to do a match, then don't worry about it, man.
That's over.
Just do DDP yoga. You had a great career. Don't ruin it with a 2.0 version. Following that segment, Mean Gene interviewed Hollywood Hogan after Hogan dragged him out to the aisle. I love this one. What are you saying about me, little man? He's questioning Gene about what the crap he was talking about him earlier because Mean Gene didn't back down from Hogan. And this was weird to see because all the years that Hogan was a face, it was Mean Gene was his buddy. And now to see him treat him like garbage when he turned heel, I guess that was the one surprise I had. Not that he turned on Beefcake, who cared about that? But just he turned on Mean Gene, a guy that for 15 years was his man.
Yeah, but it was good to see. You know what I would have liked to have seen, but it wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't gonna happen because Bobby was retired as far as working as a manager. He wasn't doing that anymore. Imagine if Bobby Heenan and Hogan would have teamed up after all those years.
Oh man, all the whole time he's against Hogan.
Yep.
And then when he turns NWO, now you got to think Bobby is the babyface.
Yeah.
And Hogan's the heel. I couldn't see that. But that's like Austin McMahon type thing, man. Mm-hmm. The two these guys hate each other and be paired together. That's actually not a bad idea.
It would have been cool. Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's WCW. So you get another Glacier vignette after that. If we didn't get enough from the first one, just to let you know. Next match on the card, I didn't like that the squash style that they did this. It was Chris Benoit versus the Giant.
Yeah,
Now
Giant just came in through him a beating. That was it.
he and the whole thing was he was stuck in his vest, Benoit. Woman's trying to get him out of it. Giant drop kicks him and then choke slams him
That's
from the
it.
roof practically.
See ya.
I mean, I would have liked to see at least see Benoit
Yeah, do something.
put up a fight
Yeah,
against him, at least try. But they just completely
I guess
squashed
they were running out of
23
time.
seconds.
They were
It
running out of
could have been a
time.
time restraint,
Yeah.
yeah. But Giant completely squashes him in 23 seconds and gets the victory. Next match was on the card was a triple threat match or triangle match
Trying
for
to
the
mention.
WCW tag team titles. Harlem Heat defending the titles against the Steiner brothers and Sting and Lex Luger.
Mhm.
This match was actually, to me, I think the best one of the best ones on the card.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
This was a really good match. Unfortunately, ends in a no contest.
Because of the
Thanks,
outsiders.
thanks to Dumb and Dumber. Hall and Nash come out.
Yeah. And well, there's more thanks to Nick Patrick.
Yeah, unfortunately, him too. Yeah, Scott hit the Frankensteiner on Booker T. Nick Patrick counts two, and then sees Hall and Nash down the aisleway. Which okay, they never got in the ring.
No,
And the announcers were saying the same thing. They never got in the ring. They never hit the legal participants. They never even touched anybody when
no.
Nick Patrick saw them, and he rules the whole match out.
Right, yeah. But that was done on purpose because we later on
He's the
he's the NWO
NWO
ref,
ref.
so it worked storyline wise.
Storyline wise, yes.
Yeah,
Match wise,
unfortunately.
I was pissed
No, yeah, I was like, oh come on,
because
man.
I remember watching this when it was on TBS live back then, and I was actually waiting to see, okay, which one of these teams is going to
Hmm.
be the dominant one. These are the three best teams going right now. Let's do this, and we get a no contest for no reason. So unfortunately, that happens. Harlem Heat retains the tag team titles due to that. And then, of course, Mean Gene interviewing Nick Patrick about his call, and he's justifying it, saying, "Well, they were down there, and if they went to go attack one of the individuals, I have the right to call and ring the bell." Oh, shut up, Nick. They didn't even touch anybody when they were down there. After you rang the bell, they whooped their ass. But I don't know, man. But again, like you said, storyline wise, it made sense. Now on to our main event, which was for the WCW title. Hulk Hogan, or I'm sorry, Hollywood Hogan,
Hmm.
defending the title against, once again, Nature Boy Ric
It's your
Flair.
boy, Ric Flair. Yep.
Man, they're just running these two ragged, I'm telling you. And I don't know about you, but I wasn't exactly ecstatic about this match. I didn't,
I mean, we didn't need to see it again, but I mean,
no.
at least
But
Hogan is a heel now. He's Hollywood, and so it's heel versus heel. But yeah, it's like
except
we hulked up. Yeah,
when
I know. He hulked
when
up.
Flair suplexed Hogan, Hogan hulks up, and now the fans are looking at each other like, "Wait a minute, are we
Yeah.
supposed to cheer
I think he might have hulked up versus the Giant too. I don't remember before this.
at Hog Wild?"
Yeah, I think he might have. I can't remember, but he phases it out though. He phases it out.
Thank God, because that was the
Yeah,
last thing that I
that
mean, we
baby
saw
face
that
thing.
against The Rock, but we knew he was going to turn.
Right.
But yeah, here that was the last babyface thing that he would do for the fans,
Hmm.
and so the fans are kind of confused when he's doing this.
Right. Should we cheer? Should we not cheer?
Yeah, he hit the big boot, but misses the leg drop. That's when the fans were cheering. Flair puts the figure four on Hogan. Hogan reversed it. Flair turns it back. Hogan throws the referee, and there you go, disqualification. Ric
It's got
Flair wins, but
yeah.
doesn't win the title. Um, Hall and Nash then come out from the crowd, attack Ric Flair, and this is going to be an ongoing thing
Hmm.
through 1997 and 98. The Horsemen come out. Sting and Luger came down, cleared. They completely cleared the ring out, and then of course Flair and Sting start jawing at each other. So now it's like, are you guys even going to work together against the common enemy? I mean, come on. It's like total chaos. And with WCW cannot get along to focus on its one main enemy, the NWO, and I don't know. It was interesting to see everybody come out when Hall and Nash showed up, but I don't know. Overall, this clash just it seemed like it was just thrown. It felt like it was thrown together last minute. even though it really wasn't. But
A little bit, a little bit, yeah. I mean, it was.
it didn't have the same
You had the star power though.
momentum. You
You
had the
had
star power, yeah,
star power
definitely.
was there.
But momentum wise,
Yeah,
it was a little lackluster.
I agree.
Plus the same old main event
Hmm.
because we just saw this in a tag team match of the last Clash, and then probably and then we've seen that again. I mean, we just keep on and on and on. Hogan Flair, Hogan Flair. Pretty soon, you just got to step away from it, and they
They do.
unfortunately they
Eventually do.
well '99 they face each other again.
Right, but it took a while. They stopped it for a while though.
Yeah, because he was I think for the most part of '98, I think he was gone.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's thank God. I mean,
yeah,
how many Hogan Flair matches do you really need?
yeah. Seriously. All right, well, that's our review. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. See you guys soon.
Take care.